lifemoreabundantblog.com, and today I'm sharing with you a special Valentine's recipe, chocolate covered cherry truffles. This video is in collaboration with a few of my friends here on YouTube and in the blogging world, so I'll make sure to put their links down below to their posts and their videos. So make sure to head over there and check them out. It's a Valentine's Day themed collaboration, so there's going to be lots of fun stuff to check out. So growing up, one of my favorite foods were those cordial cherries. You know, the ones with the little cherry. They're covered in chocolate. There's a cherry in the middle, and then there's this delicious gooey goodness inside of it, which, you know, it's all well and good when you're a kid, and then when you're an adult you discover that it has high fructose corn syrup and all sorts of yucky ingredients that you do not want to be eating. So I've definitely been missing those ever since I, discovered the truth about them. When I was trying to come up with something for this Valentine's collaboration, I thought, what is the thing that I love so much? And it's those chocolate covered cherries. I miss them so much. So I thought, well, there's got to be a way to come up with those same flavors and just a healthier version with less ingredients. And so that's what I have for you today. So we're gonna take our almonds and dried cherries, and we're gonna mix them together with a little bit of almond extract and a little bit of vanilla. We're gonna use a blender for that. You could use a food processor. We're gonna make sort of a dough out of all those ingredients, and we're gonna roll them into balls. And then we're gonna take some dark chocolate and a little bit of coconut oil and melt it over a double boiler. And we're going to dip our cherry truffle balls into the chocolate. It makes a delicious Valentine's themed treat, and it's relatively healthy, not too many sugars. I think there's just a little bit of sugar in the dark chocolate, but other than that, it's pretty natural ingredients, so I think you're really gonna love this recipe. So to begin, we're gonna put a cup of dried cherries and a cup of almonds in the blender. Then we're going to take our almond extract, and we're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of this. So we already have our nice almond flavor just from our almonds, but I just want to add a little bit more just to make sure we get that good almond flavor in there. And then we're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of vanilla as well. And we're going to get this all mixed up in our blender. Once the almonds start to kind of release their oils and get a little bit wet is when the dough is going to start to form. Okay, that looks about right. I'm gonna just pour out this dough. I'm calling it dough here. Okay, so with clean hands, we're gonna start forming the balls, and you'll be able to tell, if you did it correctly, if the dough starts to, if you can make a ball out of the dough. If it's still crumbly, then it needs more mixing, and it means that the almonds, haven't kind of broken down enough. So I'm gonna say about 1-inch balls is normally what I do. They smell so good. I can smell that almond and the cherry. It's just one of my favorite combinations. The other being chocolate and peanut butter. So that made about 15 balls. Now let's take our 1 cup of dark chocolate chips, and we're gonna put about a tablespoon of coconut oil in there and melt it down over a double boiler. So our chocolate is all nice and melted down with that coconut oil. Did it just very gently over a double boiler. So now it's time to take our cherry truffles, dip them in the chocolate, and then we're going to put them on a plate that is lined with wax paper, and they're going to go into the freezer to set up for a little bit. So my favorite way to do it is to just kind of dunk it in, kind of, you know, toss the chocolate over the top of it and then scoop it back up again, not, you know, getting too much extra chocolate, and then just set it on the parchment or wax paper. So once your chocolate cherry truffles are all covered in chocolate, you're going to want to move them to a freezer for about 30 minutes just to get them nice and set up. Once they come out of the freezer, they'll be hard enough to where you could put them in a container, in a sealed container, and then I like to store them in the refrigerator just to keep them as fresh as possible. You'll want to eat them within about a week though if you store them in there. You could store them longer in the freezer if you wanted to. Again, this video is in collaboration with some of my friends, and it's a Valentine's Day theme, so make sure to go check out their videos and blog posts for other great recipes and DIY projects. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. I make 2 new videos every week on natural living, DIY projects, and real food recipes. Thank you for watching.